Hey everyone, welcome back to Irini's Corner. Today we're gonna crochet together this easy two-colored pattern. To begin this pattern, I'm gonna use two different colors of yarn. I'm using yellow and off-white. Both are weight 4 or worsted yarn. And I'm using a 5mm hook. So I'm gonna start with my off-white yarn. And for this pattern, we're gonna need to start with a multiple of 4 plus 1. So we need a foundation chain of a multiple of 4 plus 1. Now for this tutorial, I'm gonna do 25 chains. Okay, so here are my 25 foundation chains. Now to start row number 1, I'm gonna chain 1 and turn the chain to expose the bumps. Here are the bumps, this one right there. So I'm gonna skip the first bump and start working into the next one, and I'll do a row of single crochet. So I'm gonna insert my hook into the bump, yarn over and pull a loop, and then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. One more time, into the bump, pull a loop, yarn over and go through the 2. We're gonna repeat this till the end of the row, and we should end up with 25 single crochet stitches for row 1. Okay, so here is the end of row 1, 25 single crochet stitches, and this is what it looks like at the bottom because we worked into the bump of the foundation chain, so we have a nice edging at the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to introduce my second color. So here is my slip knot right there. So I have a slip knot ready on my second color. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna undo the last step in the last stitch right there. Here we go, and finish it with the second color right there. Okay, and then we're gonna chain 1. Now we're ready to start row number 2, and row number 2 is the first row for our repeat. Okay, so let's have a look here. We will always have a V-shape look on our crochet top side. So if we look at one of the stitches, we have 2 loops. This loop facing me is the front loop, and that loop facing away from me is the back loop. So through this second row, I'm gonna be working under the front loop, which is this loop right here. I'm gonna enter my hook this way. Okay, so let's start. Now the chain 1 that we have just done, we're gonna skip that one, and we're gonna work under the front loop, and we're gonna do a row of single crochet into the front loop. So going under the front loop only and pulling a loop, and then we finish our single crochet. Now if we look on the other side right here, we're gonna see the back loop. If we are looking this way, this is the back loop. So the back loop will be free, and we need it to be free because we're gonna be later on working into that loop. Okay, so I'm gonna continue working into the front loop right here until I finish this row. And again, at the end of this row, I should have 25 front loop single crochet stitches. So here is the end of row 2. And if we look at the other side right there, we're gonna see that ribbing of the back loop being formed. Okay, so let's start row number 3. I'm gonna chain 1 and turn the work to the other side, and then into the first stitch I'm gonna go and do a single crochet. Okay, next I'm gonna skip the next stitch and then on the following stitch I'm gonna go down one row, which is right here, this one, and I will be working into that front loop this way. Okay, so I'm gonna yarn over. I'm doing a double crochet stitch, so I'll yarn over, insert the hook into that front loop, yarn over and pull a loop, and then yarn over, go through two, yarn over, go through two. Now skip that first stitch right there, and then into the next one I'm gonna do a single crochet. So this stitch right there is right on top of that stitch where we did the double crochet into the front loop. Okay, now I'm gonna skip the next stitch and do double crochet into that same stitch. So yarn over, go into that same stitch again, right there, yarn over and pull a loop, yarn over, go through two, and yarn over and go through two. And next skip that stitch and go into the following one and do a single crochet. And we're not gonna repeat the V thing again. So skip the next stitch, and on the following stitch trace it to the first row right there, yarn over, go into that loop, yarn over, pull a loop, yarn over, go through two, and yarn over and go through two. Make sure you skip only one stitch, and into the next you do a single crochet, and then yarn over and go back into that same stitch on row one and do another double crochet. Skip one stitch and into the next a single crochet. One more time, skip the following stitch, the next one, trace it down to row one, yarn over, insert the hook, pull a loop, yarn over, go through two, yarn over and go through two. This is the stitch that we're gonna skip. Into the next we're gonna do a single crochet, and then back again into that stitch, do another single crochet, double crochet, skip one stitch, single crochet. Okay, so finish the row with that repeat. I'll meet you at the end to continue working with the pattern. Okay, I want to finish row 3 together with you. So I did the last double crochet right here into that stitch, and then I should have 2 stitches remaining. I'm gonna skip one, and into the last one I'll do the last single crochet stitch. So this way we have the 2 edges similar. We started with a single crochet and we are finishing the row with a single crochet. Let's have a look here. So here we started with a single crochet and we're ending with a single crochet. Okay, now I'm gonna undo the last step of the single crochet because I need to switch back to the off-white color right there. And because I like to lock the other unused color, I'm gonna wrap it around before I pull through with the color that I'll be working with. This way when I chain 1, I have it locked up right here. Now we are ready to start row number 4. Okay, we're gonna turn the work to the other side, and we're gonna be working into the front loop of the previous row. So similar to what we did in row 2. So a single crochet into the front loop here, right there, of the previous row. Okay, so here is the end of row 4, and without changing colors, we're gonna yarn over, turn the work to the other side, and start working row number 5. So row number 5 is gonna differ from row number 3 in the beginning and ending. So in row number 3, if you recall, we started with a single crochet here and a single crochet there, and then we had a full set of V right away here and a full set of V at the end or near the end. Now here we're gonna do a single crochet to begin, and then I'm gonna go under that single crochet to that first stitch right here on row 4, on row 3, and do 1 double crochet. So yarn over, go into that loop, there it is, yarn over, pull a loop, yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over and go through 2, and skip 1 stitch and do, let me see under the camera here. Okay, here's the stitch that we're gonna skip, and we're gonna work into that stitch a single crochet. So if we look here, it's as if we have half a V right there, and like there should be another half coming this way if it was a complete V. Okay, so this V right here is like this side right there. Okay, so next I'm gonna skip this one, trace the next stitch to the below row, to 2 rows below right here. This is the single crochet that is between 2 sets of V, and this is where I'm gonna work my V. So double crochet, and then make sure you skip only 1 stitch, and into the next you do a single crochet, and then you go back into that stitch and do the next or the second double crochet, and you skip 1 stitch and do a single crochet right there. Let's do it one more time. Skip the next stitch. In the following stitch, we're gonna trace it down to the row below, so 2 rows below from where we are. Yarn over into the loop, the front loop, pull a loop, and finish your double crochet. Make sure you skip only 1 stitch. Into the next, do a single crochet, and then back into that stitch right there, do a double crochet, skip 1 stitch, and do a single crochet. One more time, skip the next stitch, trace the following one to the row below, single crochet, double crochet, and then single crochet, and then double crochet, skip 1, and a single crochet. So if we look right here, we're gonna have the V stitches in between the V stitches of the 2 rows below. So each V stitch is between the 2 V's. Okay, so I'll meet you near the end to show you how we're gonna finish this row. Okay guys, so I did a single crochet here, and now I have 2 stitches remaining. So right now I'm gonna skip this stitch, and then the last stitch I'm gonna trace it down to the row below and do 1 double crochet right there. Okay, we're skipping 1 stitch here, and then into that last stitch we're gonna do a single crochet. Now let's have a look on our work. So if you see here, we did half a V at the beginning and another half V at the end. Okay, now let's start row number 6, and I'm gonna undo the last step of that stitch to switch back to my yellow color. Okay, now again I'm gonna lock the color that I'm not gonna use right there, and chain 1. Okay, and from now on we're gonna be repeating starting row 2. So the pattern is a repeat of row 2 through row 5. So I'm gonna do a single crochet into the front loop, right there, and then start working the repeat again. So all the yellow rows, or the first 2 rows of the repeat, will have a full set of V on the edges, on the sides. All the repeats of row 4 and 5 will start with half a V on the sides of our rows right here. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, keep crocheting and take care.